Okay, Wes, I see you want to talk a little bit about linked breakoffs as far as a point-in-time copy technology, right?
That's right.
Well, take it away.
All righty. Well, thank you. So linked breakoff is a unique feature of our point-in-time copy technologies. And the easiest way I see how to discuss this is to relate it to one of our other point-in-time copy configurations. So I'm going to relate it to like the full-size instant. In which case, we have our original volume. We create a snapshot volume, which is going to contain our changed data. We initiate the point-in-time copy with the vxsnap command, and our data is going to go over here in a copy on write fashion. So we're going to start out with pointers and points to the original data, but once the original data has changed, then the original data will be copied to the snapshot volume. Well, in the background, for a standard full-size instance, we're doing a synchronization. So this will eventually become a full copy, okay? So we can use the full copy once it's fully synchronized for various purposes. We can create duplication of our production environment, backups where it's most commonly used, and we can use the full-size instant or the third mirror breakoff, create a full copy, and use it for off-host processing, okay? Full-size, or the linked breakoff rather, is very similar. In a sense, we're going to start with a volume of our original data. We're going to create a snapshot volume, and then when we do the point-in-time copy initiation, we're going to cut a copy of our data over here that's going to synchronize to the point where we get a full physical copy of our data. So now you may be wondering, why? Why would I do this whole other thing? Well, the purpose for this is to make off-host processing easier. So in this environment where I'm doing off-host processing, one of the things that we have is for traditional snapshots, not traditional, but our normal snapshotting environments, the volume and the snapshot volumes must belong to the same disk group. What makes linked breakoff different is that the original data volume and the snapshot volume will be in separate disk groups. So this is one of the very few occasions that we actually utilize multiple disk groups for a single configuration. So we're going to synchronize from original volume in one disk group to a volume in another disk group. So what exactly is off-host processing? Well, essentially, off-host processing is the ability to move your data from one system to another system, most typically for the purpose of backing up. So in this environment right here, where my original data and the snapshots are in the same disk group, in order to move my snapshotted volumes to another machine, I would have to perform what's known as a disk group split operation. So we have disk group splits, moves, and joins. The split is identifying objects in a disk group and moving it off into a brand new disk group. So we're going to create a new disk group with that object in it. I can do a move operation, which moves objects from one existing disk group to another existing disk group. And I can also do join operations, which joins objects from a disk group into another disk group, and then basically we lose access, or we lose the other disk group. It's not exactly deleted, it just ceases to exist. Okay? So there's a lot of steps there. Do a disk group split. We deport the disk group, import it to another machine. We can do our backups. We can deport it from that machine, import it back in here, and then we do our join operation to bring it back in so that we can resynchronize it and bring it back up to date. Here, half the job is done. As soon as we're done with this synchronization, all I need to do is deport it, import it into another machine, do my backups, deport it, import it back in here. No disk group splits, no disk group joins. It's a much easier environment to deal with. Much easier for our customers to deal with as well. And we keep a relationship across the disk group boundaries that we call our links that keeps these in link, saying this is my parent and this is my snapshot, and this is my snapshot and you're my parent.
One last question before we close up. What license is needed in order to be able to do this kind of a point-in-time copy?
Good question. This does require the enterprise license for Volume Manager.
Okay.
But as long as you have the enterprise license, this is built into Volume Manager and can be done at any time.
Fantastic. We appreciate you taking the time to explain what the linked breakoff is to us. Thanks a lot, Wes.